government is trying to do to meet the people's needs and what business is doing. I come from the business world and high tech, and I'm always impressed to see how competitive you are.
Tobin also says that Taiwan is still regarded as a leader in the high-tech world.
Taiwan is very much involved with the high-tech world and has been an innovator in thinking of how, recognizing that it can play with other global companies, its engineering skill set, its people, the people of Taiwan travel and learn in other parts of the world. So Taiwan is, I've been in business for 40 years, and it has been a high-tech player all along, and admired and respected in the world for that.
That was Catherine Tobin of the U.S.-China Economic and Security Review Commission. In international news, a small group of foreign journalists arrived in North Korea today to cover the dismantling of the country's nuclear test site later this week, but without South Korean media initially also scheduled to participate. The group that arrived by charter flight from Beijing is made up of media from the UK, Russia, China, and the United States. But the 8 South Korean journalists were excluded because Pyongyang has cut off high-level contact with Seoul to protest an exercise with the U.S. military. The journalists will stay at a hotel in the port city on North Korea's east coast before traveling by train to the site, which is in the northeastern part of the country. The dismantling ceremony is expected to be held in the coming days, depending on the weather. Meanwhile, former Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak was interrogated today over a corruption scandal that could lead to criminal charges against him. Najib was summoned by Malaysia's Anti-Corruption Commission over alleged graft at the 1MDB state investment fund that Najib set up. The former prime minister and his wife have been barred from leaving the country after the new government reopened an investigation into the scandal. Police have raided his home and other properties linked to him, seizing hundreds of expensive designer handbags and luggage stuffed with cash, jewelry, and other valuables. And finally, the latest numbers suggest that Americans were very interested in the royal wedding in the UK this past weekend. AP correspondent Warren Levinson reports.
More than 29 million people in the United States watched Britain's Prince Harry marry actress Meghan Markle Saturday, according to the Nielsen Company. Pretty good numbers for an event that took place at 7 o'clock Saturday morning Eastern Time. There were 15 American TV channels with live coverage of the Windsor nuptials. NBC had the most viewers, 6,420,000. ABC had just 70,000 fewer. The overall numbers were bigger than for the last big royal wedding when Prince William married Kate Middleton in 2011. 22 million tuned in to live coverage on 11 American TV channels. Warren Levinson, New York.
And now taking a quick look at this afternoon's weather back here in Taiwan. We have partly clear skies in the north, center, and south, and partly cloudy skies in the east with chances of afternoon thundershowers. Current temperatures now, Taipei 34, Taichung 33, Kaohsiung 31, and Hualien 29. And that was the ICRT News at 4 with me, Nancy Sun.
For easy news on ICRT, build your English environment.
We got full 5 minutes.
ICRT,
well, you didn't use up all those 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I wasted a little bit. That's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Oh.
Nancy, you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody.
Nancy's guys just needs to pick up her jacket.
Sorry.
Let me say hi to everybody here. Who's here? Sarah Sue. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Lisa. Hello, May. Hi, May.
Hi, May.
May's always here.
That's right.
May's such a good listener. What are we going to do without May?
We love our listeners.
Yeah, yes, we do. Anyway.
How come,
okay.
It's not appearing on my phone.
Go to the main our ICRT fan page, and it'll show up. Anyway, hello everybody, welcome back to Web News. 今天是礼拜二5月22号，然后就 Hello Sam, nice to see you.
Hi.
Is it okay?
Yeah, we're good.
So we're just going to be talking about what's going on in the news today, and not a lot going on in Taiwan. 今天好像没有什么很大的国内新闻.
It seems like a brief lull in the storm before the tornado hits. Although there's been a lot of major international news.
What tornado is going on?
rising tensions between the U.S. and multiple parties in Asia.
Even in Taiwan?
Also in Taiwan, there's been a lot of major news in Taiwan. Actually, the Taiwan story from the 4 o'clock today has something sort of kind of to do with that. Let me just jump into it.
Yep.
So that story, we talked about a group of officials from the U.S. being in Taiwan. They're the U.S.-China Economic and Security Review Commission, or USCC for short. And basically, this is a group of like high-level officials. The group was formed in the year 2000 by the U.S. government, and basically their job is to monitor, understand, and analyze economic developments and trade between the U.S. and China, and how, most importantly, how that affects national security in the U.S. And so even... Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to say, just tell our listeners.
Yeah.
So this is the American government making sure that because U.S. and Taiwan has a lot of trade, U.S. and China has a lot of trade, they want to make sure that this trade is not going to negatively affect safety in America.
Yes, it's the focus is on trade and the economy, but they are talking mainly about national security. Their focus, their main goal is national security. Right. And of course, the reason they're talking to Taiwan is because, it's a part of geopolitical tensions.
Yes.
It's also a part of the effect on the economy in the U.S. and in China. So
hang on, let me just say hi to July fan. Hello. Lin Ho Wang, your biggest fan. Julianne Chu, nice to see you. Cai Yue Zhen, hello. Guys, welcome. And 如果你们有什么问题的话 if it's just the English, 如果针对我们 Nancy 所用的英文或者是对于新闻内容有问题的话 请多多在我们那个这边留言
And if you know something I don't, or you want to add to the discussion, please feel free.
Yes.
I don't have all the information.
Here's my question about this commission.
Yeah.
Have they been here before?
They have been here before. They've been here in 2017 and 2016. They met with President Tsai Ing-wen when she first came into office in 2016 too. So they're very much a high-level U.S. official group. They also give an annual report on the topic of, national security and trade between the U.S. and China.
Yeah.
And they don't just visit Taiwan and, places in China. They also visit Hong Kong, South Korea, Japan, Thailand, and in 2016 they also visited Burma. So they're visiting a lot of major players in the Asian region.
Okay.
To get a view.
So this isn't something that opened up because of the Taiwan Travel Act, right?
Yeah, this is something that's been happening annually anyway.
Okay.
林火旺 says, 你们看得懂中文吗？看得懂啊
That just
even though,
answered the question.
Even though I can't pronounce all the words sometimes.
It's okay.
Anyway, so this is one of the commission members, and she came to Taiwan to the American Chamber of Commerce in Taipei. Basically, she was very positive about how the economy is progressing in Taiwan and how important. You probably heard of the sound clip too. Like, she emphasized the U.S. is a steadfast friend or steadfast partner for Taiwan, even though we don't have diplomatic relations. But U.S. is legally bound to take action if Taiwan's security is threatened. So, we're tied. We're all tied together.
Sam says, you are all great English speakers. Well, thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
If you'd like to use Chinese, we can try as well.
To less great effect. Yes, that is correct.
Really quickly, Nancy, there's a quick question that came in. Henry Juan says, was Nancy born in the States?
No, I'm Canadian, but I was born in Taiwan.
Were you born in Taiwan?
I was born in Taiwan, and then I moved to Canada with my family when I was in grade 1. So I did have like half a year of grade 1 elementary school in Taiwan.
I didn't know that.
So I did the whole wearing uniforms and 蒸便当at noon. And then,
grade 1?
Yeah, grade 1.
Can you still do the national anthem?
Oh, no.
Don't
say. I can do the Canadian national anthem.
Okay, really quickly,
anyway.
What would you say? Would you say this is the because we like to pay attention to a lot of Taiwan news, 我们在这边很注重这个国内新闻. Would you say this is the biggest story of the day for
Taiwan, there wasn't, no, I would not. There wasn't a lot of big stories. It was kind of a mixed bag for Taiwan stories.
Okay.
There were also other things like the Ministry of National Defense was giving out more information. Do you remember like last week, there was a paratrooper that was injured when he, jumped out of a plane, and it was supposed to be practicing for the Hangguang military exercises.
Is he all right?
He is in better condition, but stable, but not officially conscious. And then they're reviewing video footage of the fall, which was really awful to watch. But they gave some more details about what might have happened. They said he took a tumble out of the plane, and that was because of turbulence, or the wake turbulence coming off the plane. So he took a tumble, and then his foot looks like it got caught up in the main parachute, and so that didn't deploy properly. And then when the secondary parachute came out, that got tangled up in the main chute, and that caused everything to malfunction. And then they say, it looks like before he actually hit the ground, he managed to disentangle himself, and that's why he could make the proper 5-point landing that he did. And who knows? I don't know. Maybe it could have saved him. But anyway, he made the proper landing. Okay. So more information. They also said that they've checked all of the parachutes that are going to be used in next month's military exercise. They've checked it, and it's been repacked, so everything should be okay for the exercise.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Kodali, hey, Kodali is back. National anthem. Henry Wan, really quickly, I'm curious whether Nancy can speak some French, since most Canadians are bilingual. Challenge on. You're from Toronto, though.
I'm from Toronto. We have Canadian national education. Requires 3 years of French. I took 3 years of French in middle school, and then I promptly forgot most of it.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, next up, let's move on to international news.
Alrighty. Okay.
看关注一下国际新闻. First one,
Sure.
北韩, North Korea. What's been going on? What's been going on? I was so hopeful because things look so well for North Korea and South Korea.
Right.
And everything was going great. I thought there was going to be peace. And then all of a sudden, there's this military exercise.
Yes.
And now North Korea is benching some of their plans with South Korea. What's the deal?
Well, I don't think all is lost yet. Nobody's absolutely pulled out of anything. And it seems like it's a lot of posturing, because these exercises between South Korea and the U.S., they were always going to happen, and they were always scheduled to happen. So basically, for the big development today, some journalists, they've arrived in North Korea today. They're scheduled to view the destruction of the nuclear testing site in North Korea. I've looked at some satellite photos, and it basically, the test site is inside of a huge mountain, which is actually an active volcano.
What?
Scientifically, I'm not sure how that works, but it's inside an active volcano. Anyway, and then it looks like North Korea has built a stage or some kind of observation platform, kilometers away from the site. So you can see it possibly blow up or collapse, but doesn't seem like they're going inside the site. These people are journalists. They're not experts in any sense of the word. And so it looks like it's just going to be footage and then maybe interviews and questions.
Can you tell me how North Korean and South Korean relations are right now because of these military exercises?
Well, originally everybody was hopeful, including Leslie, the eternal romantic, because they had an inter-Korean summit in the end of April last month. And then they shook hands, and they stepped over the border and over the border again. And then they were scheduled to have more talks about restarting relations, bringing families back together and all that good stuff. And then the exercises happened, and then the North promptly said, this is not what we agreed upon, and they cut off talks and cut off contact with South Korea. So actually, the South Korean president, Moon Jae-in, he is in the U.S. this week, to talk with U.S. officials and possibly President Trump about this upcoming meeting between Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un.
Okay.
So it's a little bit frosty between the North and the South right now.
Oh, man.
Unclear. I don't know.
Okay. Malaysia. What's going on in Malaysia? There was a big election last week?
Yeah, there was a big election earlier this week, I think, or over the weekend. Former Prime Minister Najib Razak, he was defeated. His party was defeated, and now another former Prime Minister. He's 92 years old, Mahathir Mohamad. He's been re-elected as Prime Minister, and so he says he leads the opposition party, and he says he's going to be in power for 2 years, and he will promptly turn that authority over to another person, Anwar Ibrahim, who is the former leader of the opposition. And Anwar Ibrahim was jailed on sodomy charges, which some people say were drummed up, politically motivated. And he's been given a presidential pardon. I think he's been pardoned. He's been officially pardoned, and he's been freed.
Okay, and they said Najib Razak his home was raided.
Yeah, that's right. So that's part of the investigation into alleged corruption. Basically, Najib Razak, he set up this fund, and it's supposed to be a state investment fund while he was prime minister. And then apparently he's being accused of allowing his friends and his associates to steal and launder money from that official state fund.
Okay.
And then some of the money that was taken from that fund landed in his bank account, so that doesn't look so good. And then they raided 5 properties that were associated with him or belonged to him, and they found hundreds of designer handbags. And
was it Coach, Louis Vuitton?
I don't know.
Michael Kors?
I really don't know very much about
Versace?
that. And they found luggage cases filled with cash and jewelry and other expensive items.
Gee.
Why would you invest that money in designer handbags? I don't know.
Because taxes or something.
I guess so.
Okay.
Anyway, so he's being accused. He hasn't been formally charged. We should probably make clear. Yeah. And so everybody's waiting now to see what happened. Apparently, he stole $4.5 billion US dollars was stolen from that fund.
Billion US dollars with a B.
With a B. That's a lot of money.
That's a bunch of money. Oh my God.
Went into designer handbags, some of it. Anyway.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
All right, let's have some fun with this last one. The royal wedding.
Yay! It's so funny that a lot of our coworkers know about this story, are kind of excited. It's nice news for a change. And then the 2 Brits, one on the news team and then one in the copywriting team, were not so excited. Well, they weren't not excited. They were just like, me. Yeah.
Sounds like PPT going after KMT for the ill act. PPT, People Power Party?
New Power Party? NPP?
MPP? Not sure.
It seems like there's a lot of this going on in all countries around the world. Different political parties, when they fall out of power. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Why does everyone keep saying Canadians are the nicest people in the world? Nance, I would like to know this also.
What do you mean everybody keeps saying? It's like a scientific fact.
What?
That Canadians are the nicest people in the world.
Yeah, but not the most modest, I'm guessing.
A little biased too. I don't know. You know what? I have a theory that Canadians are so nice because we have so much space.
Yeah, that's true.
We have so much space, and everybody has their own space. And so when on the rare occasion when you manage to come across another person, you're so excited, and you're like, hey! There's no reason to be cross and angry and irritated because you just love seeing people.
You see, look, Sam's here on my side. He says a huge amount of money, exclamation. Look at that.
That's
billion. How does anybody steal billions of dollars with a B?
Well, it wasn't just one person. It was a lot of people involved.
And at a certain point, when is it enough? Why do you need that much money?
Why do you need hundreds of designer handbags?
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
Back to let's talk about another rich people, another rich family, which is the British royal family.
Yeah.
Did you watch the wedding?
I did not watch the wedding. What did I do on Saturday? I took my son out.
Aw, okay, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, so I didn't watch it, but it seemed like, a nice event. I saw read news reports and photos. It happened on Saturday, which broke with royal tradition. Usually it happens on a weekday. They say it may have been, the date may have been chosen to give the Duchess of Cambridge, Kate, some time to recover from childbirth. She gave birth to her 3rd child.
Recently,
ago. Louis, Prince Louis.
Yeah.
That's right. And so they released official photos today, and it was very nice looking photos. I don't know. It's a nice news. I hardly ever get to read like happy news.
There are many reruns available online. Indeed, there are.
Thank you. That's right.
Does it remind you of your own wedding, Nancy?
Oh, no, it's completely different. My own wedding is very simple. I mean, we still had to do the official thing because we're Asian. You have to do the required stuff. But yeah, we just kept it really simple. We didn't do any like singing or dancing or showing off our talents. We have no talent.
You're lucky you didn't know me back then, because I would have just destroyed that wedding.
Well, you wouldn't have been invited anyway. But, everybody came and ate and had a good time and left.
Okay. Well, that looks like about time. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us for the news.
Weather, it's still going to be super hot for the rest of this week, and it's not going to cool off until maybe next week.
That's what they said about last weekend, right?
I know, it's terrible.
It's going to cool off, but look at it. It's so hot outside.
It's only high of 33, 34 today. Only.
Yeah. All right, Henry Wan, thank you for tuning in. Samu, Ke Da Li Mei, guys, if you guys are still here.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, guys. Every Tuesday and Thursday.
That's right.
所以每个礼拜二跟礼拜四
Yeah.
4点钟的整点新闻
Yeah.
我们会直播，然后报完，然后会做一个整合。
Yeah.
Right?
And if you have questions or if you have something you want to share, you can type in our Facebook Live comments too.
Come right back in, join the conversation. 很欢迎你们在这边留言，我们跟你们互动一下。
Turn on AC. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
The AC here is very hot. Very cold. Very cold. Very cold. We have a lot of computers.
That's right.
All right. Oh, May's still here. Hello, May.
Hey.
Get out of here.
Bye.
Bye, guys.